So we're going live now. Alright, well, we're back. I'm going to have to put these two videos together, so I apologize. I don't know if anyone's in the chat, in this chat. Is that what it feels like?
Yeah, just put it back together.
Well, that's how everything that's how everything in life. Oh god, back nice. Yeah, JM. I do have my chat back, so that's good. I do have my chat back, and that just ruined my Steam completely. I don't even know what we're talking about.
The
I
the
think it was
bad storyline of Sasha and Bailey, the fall of Sasha and Bailey, as a beautiful to now being just end it, just be over with, and yeah. But it can't be like it can't be one match. Sasha gets the belt and it be done. It can't. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's going to take a major injury and have someone gone for a long time, but I don't know. It's just, yeah, Sasha and Bailey has now become a really bad poison part of the women's division.
Oh yeah.
It's preventing a lot of things. Like you get pieces of a puzzle like this. It's not even a puzzle, but you get these pieces that are going up and up and rising, and then you have these. They've rise as well, but now they're just blam. They're just nope. You ain't going nowhere. Like there's no they are at the top of that division. There's only two, and I mean unless they, yeah, they. I can try and say that they're going to squeeze in other people, but there's no Lacey Evans getting up there. There's no Alexa Bliss getting up there now. Lacey Evans, I mean, she's got great things still going with her character, and but
she's not used right at all. She's not used at all, actually.
what's it gonna right exactly? Where's it gonna go for them? Nowhere, because there's no. You have the tag team championships, and you have the we'll call it the heavyweight championship of the women's division. And then this is the point where it's like, you know, they don't need another belt, but there's got to be somewhere where they I don't know. Then, I mean, Raw's. I mean, now you're getting Zelina coming to her wrestling part of her career, which I'm excited for. I mean, I know she can wrestle and whatever, but I think that was kind of impromptu as well because of
she had a good match with I keep forgetting the long hair girl with this
Bianca Belair.
Bianca Belair. She had a good match with her.
Yeah, Bianca Belair, she's great. We haven't seen her. And we're Asuka and Mickey. That was actually a decent match until the referee messed up that ending.
Yeah, what happened? It's like she just couldn't continue because I was first of all the women's matches this week. I mean, way more. They can just they're not they're still flying and doing all this shit, but they're not doing as much as the guys. The guys are just off the fucking rails.
Right.
They're just all flying. I mean, even okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
There's Big D's in the roller coaster. Oh my god, I froze my camera now. Here we go again. Oh no. My Wi-Fi's going out again, guys. Oh my god. Anyways, I ruined that because the Wi-Fi almost went out again. Yep. We're not streaming. Oh my god.
I'm still holding.
hopefully, yeah. YouTube is not receiving anything, but it's sending. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I am. Oh, I think we're still on, even though it says we're not.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep, we're still there.
I'm having technical difficulties. I apologize, guys. This is ridiculous. And yeah, okay, I'm trying not to get angry because I'm angry right now. So let's see who I'm going to take this out on. Windows, fuck you. Uh, my computer not being updated, fuck you. What else? I apologize. This video is probably, they're going to like, okay, you're out. Questionable content.
We'll keep
that's a genuine promo. That's a genuine fucking promo.
There you go.
Yeah. Dear Windows, the only thing you got that works for you is bars.
Just read all that emotion, everybody.
That's right. There you go, Roman Reigns. That's how you do it. There you go, Sasha Banks. Thank you, JM. I appreciate you. Let me tell you something, JM brother. Hold on. And this is me not being genuine. Ready? Even that was genuine. It was a genuine, ingenuine. I don't know. But okay, I'm gonna start back again. And hold on. Hold the fuck on. Both Keith Lee. I mean, tell me, who the fuck wants to catch Keith Lee and Drew McIntyre flying over the top rope? Those people shouldn't even see the top rope.
Right.
They both just flew right over, and I'm looking at the retribution, and it's like, okay, this is good punishment.
Yeah.
I mean, if Keith Lee, I don't care, there's 5-10 guys around me. If Keith Lee's flying over the top rope, I'm moving.
Yeah, exactly.
My, that was just like, oh, here we go. Like, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to sell? That's just me not understanding. Once again, if you want to talk about Sasha and Bayley, I just don't get it.
No, I don't get it. Yeah. I've lost all that I've invested into that.
All that had to happen. Tell me, do you agree with this? All that had to happen was for Sasha to lose, and not Sasha and Bayley get pinned both. If just Sasha lost, Bayley could actually have a legitimate reason to be pissed at Sasha because she's been losing matches.
Right. Yep. Not that she's just using her to get to this. No, but you were already there, Bayley.
But that's right. But instead of having compassion as a face,
right,
she can attack her as a heel. And now, Sasha would we have compassion for Sasha because Sasha's been losing and she hasn't been doing good. We would have compassion for her, and we would also understand Bayley, and we would see okay, this is a good feud now. That's all that one little thing would have made a huge difference because they've built up. Sasha kept losing.
Mm-hmm.
They've built that up, and then it became this I have to explain why I attacked Sasha. It's like, no, you don't.
Right, and it's like I don't know if her attacking Sasha again and holding back a little bit was them trying to erase and rewrite. I don't know, because the whole her attacking her from behind, getting her head lodged in the chair, and then not stomping on the legs. So she held back, but why? If the way that she's going, I don't know. That whole interview segment was horrible.
I was sad. I saw that. I was like, oh my god. Come on.
Went to a commercial break, and then it came back. It was 8 minutes later, and she's still on the ground, just holding her. And come on, and the whole time she's talking, she's got the neck brace on, and she was just talking like normal, because she can't help but talk and wave and wobble her head at the same time. She's not in any pain. She's not in any there's just no belief of the injury. There's just no belief in anything.
Oh. Yeah, I'm okay. This is just getting ridiculous now.
I could tell. I thought you were being a little exaggerate, but
I am. I am. I am. I'm gonna put Big D's picture with Roman Reigns on my internet, my whole computer and everything's been fucking up, and I
also,
guarantee you this will not be a problem again. This is the last time.
oh no, there's twins.
There's Big D and Roman Reigns. So once I get back, I'll get back. But for now, we're gonna have that. So here's my question: how would you solve the whole? I mean, is there even a way of solving like Sasha Banks and Bailey at this point?
Mm, no,
No, that's it. That's how Big D would solve it. No.
I just because what you're gonna have is Sasha's gonna make this big, comeback, and they're gonna have a fight, and it'll probably they might have a match not on the pay per view. Um, I mean, I don't see that, but I was like, you have Bailey win. Either way, Sasha's gonna be the new champion. She's gonna end the streak. She's gonna be a champion. But I mean, in order to do that, I feel like she has to take Bailey out, and Bailey has to have an injury that is where she's gone for a long period of time.
Ostensive. Yeah, I think Sasha just needs to be gone. She needs to be gone for like at least a month. Like
Or this whole draft that's coming up in October. Um, Maybe that'll come into play. I don't know.
that would have been great because then at the draft you have Bailey gets picked up and we haven't heard about Sasha Banks and then all of a sudden they say, okay, now the next pick is Sasha Banks right after Bailey, and then we show Bailey going, oh shit, and then we know it's like it's happening, but so he builds it up and nothing has happened yet.
Mm.
Like, and we remember, like, oh my god. Okay, here's the thing. Like, first of all, I need to be brought back down. Like, because, like, I wasn't feeling, like, too hot. I'm a little under the weather, so I was telling Big D I didn't really want to go too far. And now I'm, like, I'm riled up. I'm so fucking riled up right now. And I'm so into this that, I feel like at this point, I just don't know. Like, I don't know. There should be somebody. Is somebody watching this? Like, is it me? Do you know? Like, is somebody actually watching this show?
I don't know. I think we're all just watching replays.
That's right.
I, I,
I mean, like, literally, is people watching?
I don't know if this Thunderdome is real because I've been trying every week and it's just not open. It's always closed. I don't think people are really watching. Yeah.
Do you think this is Friends and Family Thunderdome? Because
No.
wasn't like one of them? Didn't they have Kenny Omega in one of them? Did you see
Can
that?
I think he was there. Yeah. Um. Who else was there? Because they made a mistake or something. I mean, but you can't really. They're not screening people like. I mean, I don't know if they are or not really, but I knew there was a mistake that they had showed someone from AEW on Raw or SmackDown, whichever one. There's been quite a few things that they've caught people showing on the cameras. I don't know if you ended up hearing about the one with Chris Benoit was there.
No.
Yeah, that was actually, I think that was the second Thunderdome, second week, or it might have been the first Raw. Someone had put it was an interview of Chris Benoit, and they just put that was on the screen. It was Chris Benoit just talking.
So it is live. It is definitely live.
Yep. And then during the might have been SummerSlam. There was a one that said fire um, Velveteen Dream. There was one with a murder scene from a movie. Yeah, so like they well, I haven't heard of anything recently of
So,
anything
can I say something then?
like just being shot. Yes.
This is to dear WWE. These are the people you're actually listening to when you're making all these course changes and corrections. Okay? I feel at this point WWE is being trolled.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
Although I looked at like the amount of subscribers, like they got 65 million subscribers now on YouTube.
Oh really?
Wow,
Yeah.
yeah.
How many subscribers to the network?
Um, I think right now the WWE is just like a glorified commercial for the old stuff.
Right.
Because like if they didn't have the old stuff, I wonder what their subscriptions would look like.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Well, not to say that all of it is bad.
Well, you're
The Fiend is definitely good.
seeing that across the internet or social media, anyways, of you know other YouTube channels and other platforms where they've moved on to that content of like our Thursdays. I mean, our Thursdays are a little bit different, but they're going back and watching older things to satisfy their again that's like satisfying their taste buds with something that tastes delicious, something that's worth watching.
Yeah,
Um,
like Fiend's anything.
yeah, if you're going current, then definitely anything from the Fiend from 2019 um, up until the first thing I didn't really care for was the Daniel Bryan match itself at Royal Rumble. But
Yeah, I just well, like I said, I'm always constantly worried about the Fiend. I'm worried about the Fiend being.
I'm not just because of the amount of control that's in Bray Wyatt's like his hands, his control. He's got the whole world in his hands, and that's because he's got his own whole.
Wait a
He's got
minute,
his.
control? Do you think that the Walrus was his control?
I think a big portion of it. Yeah, yeah,
Okay, because I'm back.
yeah.
Um, because I don't feel I feel like ever since Roman Reigns came back, the Fiend has taken a step back and is been put back and just kind of like we don't know, like, okay, I gotta stop saying that they don't know what they have with the Fiend. Like I don't know how else to put it.
Because they don't, because I don't think Wyatt is, he doesn't let it out like everything. Here you go. Like I don't think they know necessarily like where things are necessarily everything is necessarily going. I think it's still he's given everything like in steps, and I mean he very well may be doing it on the maybe not necessarily on the fly, but week to week or so. I mean, or I don't know, but um, I
Well,
think I think they needed that step away from Roman Reigns. Like I said, like initially I said, what Roman Reigns is going to do, he's going to come in, he's going to get that title, and then I want nothing to do with it, and he hasn't. There's been no talk of the Fiend, like so they've given that space so that Roman Reigns can get that build up back, and he can get that power back, which is what he needs. But I just, and I like I said, I don't know where they're going to go with this whole. And that's where we need a Firefly Funhouse this week, uh, and we need Wyatt and Wobbly Walrus exchanging that we need a Funhouse this week. I really I think Heyman is going to be a big part of this, but I just don't know Because then it's that future. Reigns is going to have Reigns is going to have this title for a long time. He's going to WrestleMania. He's most likely going to be fighting The Rock at WrestleMania.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's what this whole thing is building up.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I think that's why you're getting Usos involved, and because they're all family, you know. You're gonna have The Rock and against Roman Reigns, and then that's where I would love to see the heel Cena and Fiend. Yeah, like a heel Cena versus The Rock or something like that, like one more time. But that's nothing to do. But that's just everything. That's Roman Reigns it's just all leading to WrestleMania.
The Rock is not gonna give Roman Reigns the rub.
Nah, yeah.
He will give him the rub, but it's not gonna rub off. Does that make sense?
Right. Oh yeah, exactly. No, Reigns ain't gonna go over.
Reigns is over as a heel, as a hated person.
Oh yeah, for sure. And there's no way he's beating The Rock. So that's where it's like I don't want that to be a title match. So, so it's and I don't know. I'm not sure where this is going. And again, I'm intrigued. I'm curious, as always, with anything that has to do with because the Fiend is still a part of this because of Wobbly Walrus easily being that's Paul Heyman. So Paul Heyman is now a connecting force between Reigns and Bray Wyatt. It's just a matter of where's that connection? What is that connection, first of all? Why is it a connection? And then where is that connection going towards?
Oh. Yeah.
There's just a lot of things, and then again, like I hope they're not spreading Bray Wyatt into all these storylines because it is such a good thing. He's in the women's division now, and he's still on the top with Roman Reigns. Even though he's not necessarily there, he's still there because of the Walrus, and that's Paul Heyman. I don't know. It's just, and it's very hard to. There's nothing factual that we can grab and be like, this is a definitive statement or fact to anything that's with the Fiend right now. So it leaves us with a lot of questions, but we're talking about it still. So, and we've talked about Alexa and Nikki, Roman Reigns, more than anybody this whole segment.
Which just goes to show that they are seeing. I guess they are seeing that Roman Reigns is like, okay, people are talking about him. They're tuning in, and it's like, and they understand.
People
talking. Yes.
And I don't feel like I'm wasting my breath. So
yes.
Yeah. Yes.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. There's so many bad things just going on. And when I did that, it made me think of Daniel Bryan real quick, which made me think of the Miz and Morrison and Tucker and the Otis, and that's just a horrible.
And Mandy Rose is now gone, and it's like they just distance her because they forced that whole fucking thing. And it's like, I know they were just trying to make do with whatever they got, but oh my god, like
it says now sued Otis. And,
it's really like you can tell, like, I don't know if we should use COVID as an excuse for just because that's when we started our podcast, is like literally right at the beginning.
Right. And then all that was it was just weird. WrestleMania. It was just weird. No people and no crowd. I don't really think. Well, a couple of the matches had been affected, obviously. Goldberg and Strowman and um, who else? I don't remember. But I mean, it's been over 6 months. It's been over half a year now, and they didn't necessarily shut down at all. Um, they still had the majority of their roster. I mean, they did go through a lot of firings, and they did lose a lot of people. But most of those people really weren't too involved, anyways, at this time.
Yeah.
And then if they kept them, where would they fit in right now? It's just again, it's just I don't know. It's still too big, and everything's just too fast. And that's what made me realize the other day, like, when SmackDown and Raw had their own pay-per-views, and their pay-per-views were every other month pretty much, and so you had 8 weeks to do a whole story, and actually build it up, and or even keep it going for 16 weeks or something like that. It was just everything's just too fast now. It's fast and furious, and you're gonna lose control.
And yet somehow it's super fucking slow.
Right.
Does that even make
Yeah.
sense? It's super slow. It's like, it's so fast, but
And like it's kind of
3 hours.
I super fast wheel. Going 100, like say a wheel spinning 110 miles an hour, but it just stays still.
But it's still loading.
Moving. It's just like, yeah.
Yeah. I don't like. I just like.
It's just so much easier to point out the flaws.
It is. It is. It absolutely is, and that's just what I was gonna say. Like, I have to like. The reason I even like point those flaws out, the reason I even go at that is because I feel like it's not that far off. Like, these things can be corrected. Like, these things can be done. Like, and once again, I am no expert, so I could totally be full of shit. I'm saying as best as I could see it, and
No, that's all.
and it's like I've watched enough wrestling to know that there's something very different. It is something very different, and I can spot. I think it's like watching movies. When they first started doing all the 3D like effects, and they would like do like 3D characters. They would put them in movies, but you can see that look on their face that just wasn't real. That they call it the uncanny valley. Like, they just kind of stared by you. It just wasn't real. You
Mhm.
can tell that. I think the audience can tell when something is sincere and when something is not. And I
Right.
think that's what, like, when you said what happened with Roman Reigns. He had that
Mhm.
sincere moment. He sold that emotion so sincerely, and that was it. Like, you, out of all people, believed him.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is there, and so long as uh, I do feel that regardless of COVID, I feel like there's just either ignorance or ignorance of uh, how the superstars are acting. Like, there's ignorance of realizing that, like, you cannot just feed these people what to say all the time. You just absolutely can't, because they are not actors.
Right.
And I think that people can spot that. They can see that. And anytime you have sincerity, it literally, I guarantee you the ratings go up with sincerity. I guarantee it.
Yeah, and that's why the Attitude Era was so great, because it was so real.
Yeah, and so have you noticed how, like, towards the tail end of Attitude Era, it was I mean, I listened to this on the Stone Cold's podcast, because he took a year off, and I believe it was 4 surgeries, and then he came back, and he said when he took off, they would have bullet points, the things they need to cover, because they still have stories, and they would let
Right.
the wrestlers fill everything in between. When he came back, there were full promos were being written for the wrestlers. I mean, he had papers upon papers, and he said that he never felt the same after that. It wasn't the same, and
Right.
and that has only gotten worse because I've heard that you have so many more writers now, and once again, say what you will about the writers. I think with the COVID, it's not helping. But considering how WWE was even before COVID, there was a lot of stuff that was very much the same as it is now. And it's really difficult to live up to the Attitude Era anyway. But there is, I think that they cannot afford to shoot.
Right.
And I don't know. And if they're shooting, it's like, okay, maybe we're just spoiled. Maybe I'm just so spoiled to have watched The Rock and Stone Cold and Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels and Mr. Perfect and let's see who else? Razor Ramon, man. I love Razor Ramon.
Mm.
Kevin Nash. Like Kevin Nash was good on the mic. I never thought he was that great of a performer, but he knew, like, at least he still knew how to work the audience. Like,
Right.
I like Kevin Nash, man. Um, Hulk Hogan, like you have just so many people. Wow, and then all these guys need to live up to him, and it's a different era, and it's a different type of wrestling, and maybe I'm just too damn old. But I'm not gonna stop complaining about it. How's that?
Yeah. I'm tempted to go back and watch, say, a Monday Night Raw or something from right, like pre-COVID.
Hmm.
Just to get a feeling of what it was like, and see if there was that staleness. Because like you just said, like, it was that way, coming into COVID, but I
No.
don't really remember though. That's the thing. Like I can't agree with that statement or not, because I don't remember how I was feeling about it back
Well,
then.
here's the thing. I did not watch it too much, if at all. Like I would watch, like
Right.
I would see segments on, oh shit, Stone Cold was back, or this happened. This looks interesting, and I would watch that. I would watch clips on WWE YouTube channel. Every time I try
Right.
to actually tune in for Raw and or put it on, it was mostly Raw. I didn't tune into SmackDown that much. But I would just totally lose interest within, like, a couple of minutes. I'm like, I just, these people don't believe it. And they're not sincere. And for me, that was like, if you're trying to sell me shit, I don't know, man. What am I saying? Like, I'm putting them, yeah, like, anyway. That's where I was at, man. I would turn it off. And I
Right.
find myself often watching, older stuff and then or re-watching stuff that was like, okay, so everybody says this is a great match, let's check it out, or I remember this moment, or I remember that moment. And like, for instance, one thing where there's a difference for me, and I don't know how you feel about it, but it was everybody talks about Razor and Shawn at WrestleMania. I think was their WrestleMania ladder match that was good because they had one at SummerSlam, and I forget which one they were. Like, I watched both, and I wasn't like, that's not like, that wasn't that great of a match. Like, everybody says that's one of the greatest matches of all time.
It's one of the first,
First ladder matches, one of the first.
like,
You're right. I think Bret Hart was
yeah,
in a ladder match before that, and
I think that's what really emphasized on that. Um, I mean, I haven't seen that in quite a few years probably, but I think that's what was like such a big hype on that. Um,
yeah.
but
But see, that's where I disagree with a lot of fans. I'm like, okay, well, it's like, what was the greatest match for me? Like, what is one match that I would just, and I'm asking you, I guess I'm asking you this question. if somebody asked you, what is the greatest match you've ever seen, immediately what comes to mind? What was the very first thing that comes to mind? And I know we've seen a lot of matches, so it's a little bit of a, it's like we still have to think, but like you got it.
Well, the first person that came to my mind was Macho Man, and then I would say probably Macho Man, Jake the Snake.
Oh, when he let the snake on him?
Uh, yeah, around that time. That's kind of like when yeah. That was pre him and Elizabeth getting married. But yeah, like that era, that because that was really the only time that really Jake the Snake was really that bad. Like his best bad was with his feud with Randy Savage. But no, when you said the best match, I mean that might not be my best match of all time. I don't know because that's a lot of thinking. But right off the bat, my mind went Randy Savage, Jake the Snake, and I think that's because right away and then my first backing that up went right to the story. Like, it was just it was a great story, and that's what those feuds did back then. Um, that's a huge. I mean that's a bigger difference because you get in those early '90s and you go to these matches like why are they? I don't remember them even having a feud. Like why are they fighting against each other? Like it was like that kind of like, oh, we'll just throw you and this person, and you guys can just you guys hate each other, so you're gonna fight. But that's what I kind of thought back then. They
Kind of like it is now.
but they did tell stuff because there was a lot of other shows. There was like the Saturday morning, whatever show. Like the wrestling had a lot of they didn't necessarily have Raw and SmackDown, but they had other shows that they did have these little feuds. So they did have these little stories. But you're going back then, they only did like 4 or 5 pay-per-views a year,
Yeah.
and they still like a lot of those were like the same matches for like a year. They kept those feuds going somehow, and that was probably the lowest point of WWE or WF at the time, until it skyrocketed.
Doesn't it feel like they're kind of back at that place as far as kind of like caricatures of people, and
Yeah, but there's no feelings behind these characters at all.
yeah.
I No stories. There's no backgrounds of these people. There's
Well, there
nothing.
are stories, but they're
Um,
very, very just, I mean, boring. It's like Keith Lee comes in, we're all excited to watch him, and then all of a sudden it's like, that there had to be something that happened to Randy for them because they just totally went this way this week, and it's like, or did they want it? Like, it
right.
just, the same thing with Matt Riddle. I was so excited to see him. AJ Styles, great, great start, and then it's like
Yeah.
they become caricatures when they get to the main rosters. Like Lacey Evans, perfect example. She can pull off her character, that Southern
Mm,
belle, that makeup, that like super red lipstick and that hat and all that. Like she can pull that off.
yeah.
But precisely because she can pull that off is that why you can actually give her more leeway to actually become whoever the heck she is. Um, but it feels like that's where WWE is now, and NXT feels like it definitely seems like it's run by someone else. But this is one thing I wanted to say when we talked about Triple H a while ago, and I'll come back to this greatest match. Here's the thing: like I've watched, I know that Triple H is kind of the main guy behind NXT, and so I sat down and I went and watched a couple of Triple H matches, and especially Triple H promos. And with DX, Triple H was funny. But
Hmm.
outside of DX, Triple H always had the same exact promo. As far as I could tell. I mean, I didn't watch all of Triple H, but I was watching when Triple H was hot.
Mm-hmm.
And it was this continuous like just intensity and just intense. He was always intense and he was always like angry, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like I see that in NXT like Keith Lee is not angry, which is why I like Keith Lee. Keith Lee doesn't just go there and just it cuts an angry promo. It almost seems like everybody's being taught to cut an angry promo. Like it, I guess people who haven't developed are they they just seem angry all the time. It's anger, 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 anger. And it's like you look at The Rock, and Rock would cut an angry promo, but Rock would talk shit about you. Elias came and sang a guitar, but I did not believe it with Elias. It's like this is his gimmick. I don't know. And okay, hold on. At this point I'm just talking circles, and I am probably talking about shit I don't know. I will go back to my first question. What comes to mind when I think of a great match? What's the first thing that comes to mind? I think I get ahead of myself. I think I'm the hot shit. So just
Shit.
yeah. So just so you
Real.
know, I am definitely the hot shit, and also don't yeah. See, don't don't worry about listening to me as if I know. I hope you can form your own opinion. Uh, but as far as the great match that I want to say, like that comes to mind, it's Rock and Austin come to mind, and Hogan and Rock,
Mm.
WrestleMania 18 come to mind.
Okay.
Those are the things that immediately for me. And as far as like what comes to mind as a great performer,
See,
Ric
yeah.
Flair, and only because
Yeah.
he would do that stupid
I was
walk
just,
and fall.
I was just gonna bring that up. Uh, him and Sting. Those are.
Good matches.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I don't think I had ever and I'll bring up that Clash of Champions one. That's on the network. That match was just blew
And
my
and
mind.
it
And
covers all those things we talked about today. Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There wasn't anything extravagant. It wasn't. It was just the first 15, 20 minutes was Sting had Flair in a headlock, and he took every opportunity of getting him back in that headlock, and that's where he had control. And we're like, oh, it's 15 minutes gone by, and we still have a half hour, and they really haven't done anything, but they're just telling the story, and like you're not worried about. And like the fact the cool thing that happened was during that match there was a time limit, and they let you know, uh, 25 minutes have gone by. That kind of helped this. That kind of helped along with the storytelling of that match, because now it's like, shoot, we only got 15 minutes left of the match. Like we have to have an outcome in 15 minutes, so let's start ramping it up, kind of thing. And that was just I'm pretty sure that was the first time that I saw that match, and I was just like, man,
Yeah.
that was just awesome. I could watch that over and over and over and over, and it was one finisher
That
each in 35 minutes, not moveset after moveset after moveset, finisher, 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 kick out, kick out, kick out. It was just, yeah.
yeah.
So
Who like? But that's the thing. Like, you enjoyed a match that had a headlock as the only move for like the first 15 minutes.
right,
And
right.
what's interesting is, so I have for anyone that's with us, I just want to shout out to Steven. I just saw his comment above us. I don't know if he's with us, but we were in and out, man, and I apologize. Um,
Oh shoot, no, I missed it, Steven.
um, So for our Thursday segment, so Thursday we got naughty and nice segment now. It's just naughty and nice matches, and I keep selling it. And so we're picking. You don't know what we're gonna pick. Like we're gonna put them up the day of, and we will provide the links and we'll provide the times at the WWE Network that you can watch with us. And it's a watch along. We get to watch our what we think are great matches. We also want to surprise you. We want to shock you. We want to give you something that you might have not seen. So those are the things we're working on our Thursday segment. And one of the matches, and I guess I can let this one out of the bag because I really want to talk about it because you're talking about the headlock. There was a match between Jerry Lawler and Terry Funk. I believe it was Jerry Lawler and Terry Funk. But I know it was during that era, and I know Jerry Lawler was involved. I think it was Terry Funk. Either way, Jerry Lawler would grab. We get the. What's the hold now? The headlock. He would get the headlock on, right? And the guy would get out. He would get out. Would try to fight, and Jerry the Lawler. He's the king, man. He goes out of the way. Boom, boom, boom. Catches him right back into the headlock. And then holds him and then wears him down. And this guy finally fights up and he goes again. And Jerry just moves out of the way, knocks it, boom, right back into the headlock. And that match was so fucking entertaining. And that's what I talk about, storytelling within the match. You don't need... And that's one of the cool things about like Hogan and Rock, is they didn't need... They didn't need that many great moves. They didn't do that many great moves. And Hogan at that time had so many back injuries that he could probably take very few bumps. But that crowd was nuts. And so, like, I'm going to be bringing some of these matches too. So not all of mine are just naughty and stinkers and make you cringe like Big D made us cringe last week. But that's what comes to mind with a great match. And it's like, being aware and without the audience, it's really difficult. So I have to give WWE and the superstars today some credit, and that's why I'm full of shit.
No, I mean, yeah, they're still there. They're still doing that.
But I'm hot shit.
And they're still better than AEW. So,
AEW, I watched one match. I was like, oh my god.
But the one thing
I am not your demographic.
The one thing that I will say about the Flair Sting match was, the whole storytelling thing was, Flair threw Sting into the ropes. He dropped down so Sting would jump over. Sting, he actually used his brain and got that mindset. And he, instead of running and jumping over him, he stopped, dropped down, and grabbed right on the head. Like that, he saw that as an opportunity to get Flair back in that headlock. And it was just like, nowadays, like, you see a headlock and it's just like,
it's a push.
It's just boring. Like,
although Randy Orton he's ring aware. He's definitely ring aware, man. Randy Orton,
who isn't? That's for sure.
His matches are still not that entertaining to me, but I mean, I like Randy Orton. I think he's like one of the old school wrestlers at this point. But he did that with Edge especially, and he does that during the match. With Keith Lee and Drew McIntyre. He does do that.
You look at, definitely if you look at, his matches throughout his career, again, it's about the people that he's working with. And, does he have to dumb his, sometimes you can only lift people up as far as you can lift them up. And
he only lifts them up as far as the RKO, baby.
You can only carry people so far. There has to be that yin and yang of lifting it. Yeah, so that's another thing. We've talked about this for
eons. I think we're gonna keep talking about it. I have a feeling we're gonna be here every time we watch SmackDown and Raw.
Which is good. It gives us something to talk about and to agree or disagree on, and that's whatever. It's still doing its job. So Um,
Yeah.
so I guess that's why we're still jobbers. And
I'm a hot
you
shit
know, we are.
jobber.
We are.
I haven't won a match yet.
we just we keep getting knocked down. We keep losing, but we're still around, and we still have a smile on our face.
We're the enhancement talent, baby. You gotta have some. You gotta
Right.
have some, because yeah, because I would totally do that. Like I would bring a whole bunch of jobbers in, and I would let Bobby Lashley go nuts. Take him away from the Hurt Business. Have him just start beating everybody. Give him the Goldberg treatment, because Bobby Lashley deserves it.
Just when I started looking at her business, it just yeah,
Oh, their faces
don't
now.
like them. Like them. Now you have to love them. I don't want to love
No,
them.
no.
I just want like I like heels. Good heels.
Oh,
Oh, Roman Reigns.
he brought it out of you
God damn.
this week. So yay for Roman Reigns.
How dare you become such a good heel? I knew you had it in you, kid.
Yeah, no, genuine
Oh,
man. That I know I'm right with being genuine and sincere. I just know it because you can smell it. But everything else, I could be
yeah.
full of shit. I really don't.
Uh, I guess the only thing I was gonna bring up, um, as far as like that goes, is with NXT with Kushida coming back and just his heel turn. I really like that because it's believable, and um, I do want to go back and watch the Priest and Thatcher match again because I think that I missed a better match than it was. Um, but I just want to bring up Kushida because of the whole believable aspect of him uh, being. So
You see what Paige put? Or
I can't see the third
she
emoji.
put nose, poopy emoji, and a
Those
skunk. She calling me the hot shit. That smells funny.
I've
If you smell, oh my god.
actually
You
seen smelled skunk poop.
don't see the skunk?
I don't. Well, no, I don't see the skunk, but I mean just in life in general. I've never seen skunk poop.
Poop? Oh no,
Yeah.
it's because they get it all out in the air. Big D's never seen a skunk poop. In real life, yeah. It's because you can't get that close to a skunk.
I,
Have you watched
I
skunks,
don't believe.
Big D? Are we discovering something? Are you? Do you sit in the
I don't
backyard
believe.
and you watch skunks and you're like, "Come here, kitty." Here,
No.
kitty, 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 kitty. You know, I got to pet. I
This
touched a skunk once, and it didn't spray me.
skunk and I liked it.
Yeah.
He would spray me with his scent.
Oh yeah.
I like.
I liked
There
it.
you go.
Big D singing, I touched a skunk and I liked it.
We have gone off the
No,
rails
this
here.
is
I
this
have
is
let
this is
go.
the the sincere
Let go.
podcast. Now the podcast has started.
This roller coaster. I've let go of my ride. I am free falling.
I'm
And
free balling. Oh, that wrong podcast.
snap.
Sorry. All right, so I'm gonna just
Uh,
introduce. I don't know if you have anything else. I was just gonna introduce our podcast for Thursday.
nope. Yeah, go right ahead. I was mid looking up something and I forgot what I and then. But yes, you can go ahead and do
Well,
so.
ladies and gentlemen, this Thursday it is our own patented, copyrighted, uh, only one in town watch along where we get to shock you, show you good matches, disgust you, and at the same time make you happy. But you don't know what's coming when. And if you dare, you're going to join us Thursday nights, 5 p.m. Eastern, 7 Mountain, 4 p.m. Western Time, which is also known as Pacific. And we are for our segment called Naughty and Nice, and we get to each prepare a match, and yeah, you get to watch along with us. So we'll give you the links to matches. We'll give you the timestamps on the WWE network, and if you can see Big D right now, he's stroking his beard. He doesn't know what he's gonna give you. Last week we had a horrific ladder injury into the face, and we also had a blow-up doll match. So you never know. It could be the greatest match ever, or it could be
a doozy.
Greatest match
it could be a doozy, as Paige says, a doozy. So yes, that is this Thursday and every Thursday, without fail. We're competing with SmackDown, and we're gonna put on a better show.
SmackDown's on Fridays.
Oh my god. My attitude is showing. I still remember SmackDown from. I don't watch it live. I still remember it. This shows you how much I fucking know. This shows you the hot shit right here.
Tuesdays, Fridays.
Remember when it was on Thursday on UPN? That's the last time I remember SmackDown was on UPN.
Holla, holla, holla.
I watch SmackDown on reruns. That's my confession. Dear Father, forgive me for I have sinned, and I will be.
I usually watch that
to sin.
Not Raw. I watch replay on Raw. But yeah. What I was going to bring up is that a week from today is Clash of Champions.
Oh shit!
The Clash of Champions.
Champagnos.
So if we wanted to, if it was just going to be a separate video where the predictions for Clash, or if we wanted to do that prior on Sunday.
I don't know. Let's we'll probably film it right after. We'll just tack it onto our Thursday. Because it's a short podcast usually. We'll just and I'll separate the videos. But yeah, let's do the predictions, and then also one rule. So here's what we do. We also have punishments on our channel, which as far as I know is the one and only. So come join us as we write punishments for each other. And I think this week, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do this Sunday. Like, I have to see what weak areas you have. I have to exploit them.
Right. You want to find a crack in my armor?
Find a.
Don't let Roman Reigns. Right? There's not a crack in my armor.
Not anymore.
Don't think.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to figure something out because I've already given 2 more people for Big D to exploit. But so basically, we punish each other. We do predictions, and whoever loses, whoever makes the worst amount of predictions loses, and they get to read the punishment of the other person, what they chose for them. Yeah, I've been punished a lot.
I do like this better than the singing, to be honest.
You like?
And the singing was fun, but now that we've integrated this writing into our whoever, I like that. It really brings out the creative side.
I might write like a letter to puppies for you.
Puppies, where have you gone?
They're still there. We just don't call them puppies anymore.
They're just not.
They're full-grown dogs.
It's not everywhere. Not the big dog.
Hashtag Roman Reigns joke. So we're gonna be punishing. So we punish. We read punishments and we do goofy shit that we choose for each other as punishments to whoever loses the pay-per-view. And so really, you get to watch the pay-per-view with us. It's a watch-along, but you also get to root for one of us or the other. And so if the pay-per-view is not fun, at least our show is going to be fun. And then
hopefully the matches are good enough where we don't have to force a non-tie.
That's right. Here's the guilty. I would pick just against Big D, so it's not a
So
tie. But
it'd be nice if we could have those kind of matches.
yeah, if you
But
root, here's the thing though: if you root for us to tie, then we both read our punishments.
we all win.
That's right.
I mean,
And for the last two pay-per-views, we fucking tied.
but I think it just. I mean, there's no questions. There's no doubts. There's too many no doubters.
Oh damn!
There wasn't. Oh, there's no swerves or anything. I don't even know. I don't know what's gonna happen, except for Reigns and Uso. I mean, Uso is just gonna. Poor, unless his brother. I don't know. It's just gonna be.
Unfortunately, we all know how that's gonna end. So I'm gonna put a prediction that Roman Reigns wins. You heard it here first.
It'd be nice if a Superman punch caused blood. That'd be fun.
It would be fun if Superman Punch didn't exist.
No. That's all I have to say to you.
I can't. Do not cock your Superman Punch. Don't do. Oh, I just saw it again on the delay. You just keep it's like playing over and over. I think we're having nightmares. All right. Well, that was today. This was it, man. Thank you for the fun show.
Definitely.
I apologize.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. That came through. If anybody new was watching, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that likes. Hit us up in the comments as well. What are your guys' greatest matches ever? If you hear the word greatest match ever, what do you guys think of? Also, hit us up with your
instantly. What do you think of instantly?
Instantly. Yes, instantly. Don't hold back. If it's I don't know. I can't think of any others, but definitely hit us up in the comments. Again, we'll be back on Thursday. Be sure to, if you're on Twitter, be sure to follow us on Twitter at Jawber Report. Definitely share this to all your friends, and we'll keep on building, and we're coming. We're coming every Thursday and Sunday right now. We're still coming. So
the Jawber Crew
thanks for joining.
is coming after you, brother. I have the horror film Hulk Hogan.
But this is Big D. We got MJ. We are the Jawber Report, and we'll catch you guys on Thursday. Peace.
And we're dead.